Going then into rest and repair, what we tend to experience are things like fatigue, not just the ordinary nighttime tiredness, go to bed, go to sleep, but real bone deep weariness. And they say the difference between a cold and a flu is that if you put 100 pounds on the floor, if you have a cold, you'll pick it up. If you have the flu, nah, it can stay there. And it's that deep kind of fatigue that I'm talking about here. And it depends on how intense, again, going back to that first diagram, how intense that fatigue is. So it might be just, oh, I'm really tired today. I just have no energy. I'm able to get up and move around, but I'm just really not feeling it. I'm feeling a bit sluggish. My brain just doesn't seem to be firing on all cylinders. I've got brain fog. And that level of tiredness, or if the stress was very intense, then the tiredness may be that I just can't even get up out of bed. We probably, as we move through, so in part 5, if you remember that messy part of the green phase, the rest and repair regeneration phase, in there we might not be feeling all that hungry because we might be feeling pretty rough. But as we go through into 7, that's where we start to get our appetite back, because that's the point at which our body is, I'm through most of this now. This is my rebuild part of the process. So I want nutrients. I want foods that are of lots of different colors, because each color brings in a different nutrient, a different vitamin, a different mineral. I want, if you eat meat, it might be bone broth, chicken soup. If you don't, you're like me, you're a vegan, it might be or vegetarian, it might be things like vegetables and casseroles and lentils and chickpeas and those nourishing foods. My mum used to call them rib sticking foods, the ones that you just really feel you've got them in there and they're doing you good, they're fueling you, those kinds of foods. Rather than in the stress phase, if you are eating, it may be that you're reaching out for those processed foods, the high sugar foods, the fat foods, because they give you energy. Also caffeine, whether that's energy drinks out of a can or coffee, because again, that fuels the fight or flight and the stress response. Different from the stress phase, in the regeneration phase, the heart rate is now slowing down, the blood pressure is lowering, the breath is slowing down, it's moving down towards those belly breaths from the diaphragm. The blood vessels are widening, the pupils of the eye are returning to normal. And here we will potentially also be perspiring, but here it'll be that hot, sticky kind of perspiration, potentially fever as well, so having a temperature.